Equitable defenses serve as powerful shields in the legal system, preventing unfair claims in both contract disputes and fiduciary litigation. These legal arguments can stop a party from enforcing a claim when doing so would be fundamentally unfair. Understanding these defenses can be crucial if you find yourself in a contract dispute or facing litigation. Historically, equitable defenses were only available in courts of equity, which focused on fairness rather than strict application of law. Today, these defenses are available in any legal proceeding where equitable relief is sought. In its broadest sense, equity simply means fairness, and equitable defenses aim to prevent unjust outcomes. Several common equitable defenses exist in our legal system. Mistake occurs when parties misunderstand contract terms, potentially limiting recovery depending on whether the mistake was mutual or one-sided. Fraud involves deception that induced a party to enter an agreement. Estoppel prevents someone from making claims that contradict their previous statements or actions. Laches is another important defense that applies when someone intentionally delays bringing a lawsuit, resulting in prejudice to the other party. This differs from a statute of limitations, as it focuses on the unfairness caused by the delay, rather than a specific time period. Courts examine whether the delay was reasonable and if it harmed the defendant's position. The unclean hands doctrine is particularly powerful. It prevents a party from receiving equitable relief if they have also engaged in wrongdoing related to the dispute. For example, if both parties in a contract have committed similar breaches, the court may refuse to grant relief to either side. The principle is simple. Those seeking equity must do equity. Other significant equitable defenses include illegality, where the contract involves unlawful activities such as drug distribution or gambling, unconscionability, where an agreement is excessively one-sided, and undue influence, where someone uses their position of authority to take advantage of another party. Duress takes this concept further, involving actual threats or physical harm. In breach of contract cases, equitable defenses frequently arise when one party seeks non-monetary remedies. A court may deny enforcement of contract obligations if an equitable defense is successfully proven. For instance, if the non-breaching party delayed enforcing their rights, causing prejudice to the other party, the defense of laches might apply. Failure of consideration represents another common defense in contract disputes. This occurs when one party fails to provide the promised value under the contract, potentially justifying the denial of equitable remedies. Courts carefully examine good faith, fairness, and the conduct of both parties when evaluating these defenses. Equitable defenses also play a critical role in fiduciary duty litigation, particularly when beneficiaries bring claims against trustees, executors, or financial managers. Waiver applies if a beneficiary knowingly allowed the fiduciary's actions, but later objected. Estoppel might apply if the beneficiary's prior conduct suggested acceptance of the fiduciary's decisions. When equitable defenses are successfully asserted, they can prevent courts from granting equitable remedies, such as specific performance, which requires the breaching party to fulfill their contractual obligations. Contract reformation, which rewrites or revises an existing contract to clarify terms, may also be denied based on these defenses. Contract rescission, which cancels an existing contract and potentially replaces it with a new one, represents another equitable remedy that can be blocked by valid defenses. Courts have significant discretion when determining whether equitable relief is appropriate, considering numerous factors related to fairness and conduct. The limitations on equitable relief due to these defenses are substantial. Courts may deny relief if the claimant also acted unfairly, demonstrating unclean hands. Excessive delay resulting in laches can bar claims entirely. If the contract itself is deemed unconscionable or fundamentally unfair, courts may refuse to enforce it regardless of breach. Navigating equitable defenses requires careful legal analysis. The defenses used regarding contract performance may differ from those applicable to contract rescission. The complexity of these legal principles makes professional legal counsel essential when determining if an equitable defense applies to your situation. In summary, equitable defenses provide important protections against unfair claims in both contract and fiduciary disputes. From laches and unclean hands to estoppel and unconscionability, these defenses ensure that our legal system prioritizes fairness alongside strict application of law. If you find yourself involved in such disputes, consulting with an experienced attorney promptly will help you understand both the legal and equitable aspects of your case.